Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. And good day, everyone. So today you are with me in the course IMR 621 or History and Documentations of Cultural Heritage. Okay, as for an introductions, we're going to discuss a little bit about the cultural heritage. So UNESCO in 2017 highlighted and also emphasized that cultural heritage encompasses the legacy of physical artifacts and also intangible attributes of groups or community, which is also inherited from the previous generations, maintained in the present, and also conserved for the future. And cultural heritage is further divided into tangible and also intangible. Okay, as you can see here, tangible cultural heritage has many variations and can exist in different scales, from single buildings to entire cities and sometimes arguably countries, which highlighted by McCatcher and Ho in 2005. So UNESCO further classified tangible heritage into three different categories. The first one is movable cultural heritage, which consists of paintings, sculptures, coins, and manuscripts. The second one is immovable cultural heritage, like monuments, archaeological sites, etc. Yeah. Underwater cultural heritage, such as shipwrecks, underwater ruins, and also cities. And when we talking about intangible cultural heritage, basically it's not really limited to oral traditions or oral history, customs, performing arts, ways of life, social practices, rituals, festive events, or the knowledge and skills to produce the traditional craft. Okay, this was highlighted by UNESCO's Intangible Cultural Heritage document. And heritage also can provide cultural and educational benefits for destination or create local or national identity and also pride. So it's directly preserve the memories of the specific community and also the nations. Let's see what are the further definitions for culture. Culture and heritage are intertwined with mutual influence. Culture is conceived as a mirror of humanity, which highlighted by Kotak 2005. It is something that we do, a performance which fades into memory and then disappears. But the records of culture consist of artifacts which we make, which persist, but inevitably decay. Yeah, along the way, from time to time, it will disappear if we don't maintain it. So the cultural heritage of any place, basically, for the preservation or conservation, need to be documented and protected to the extent possible for the benefits of future generations, and basically to retain its culture, pride, and traditions, and ensure its long-term sustainability. Because basically, people, when we see tourists who come to Malaysia, basically sometimes they want to see what are the heritage available, what are the culture that's still being practiced by the specific community. So it is pride, and then we can say that it's a traditions that we need to maintain for long term. What are the interconnectedness of culture and heritage? Okay, so heritage is anything, something like natural, cultural, and built environment that has been transmitted from past or handed down by the traditions. So it is what we can retain from inheritance of structures built in the past, possessing historical, aesthetics, social, spiritual, symbolic authenticity value or political significance in the community, which is considered as a national treasure and asset that belong to the country, yeah, with outstanding universal value. So it can be also intellectual and emotional features like traditions, belief, customs, lifestyles, ways of living, value systems, arts, literature of a society, also social group, okay, which is not only limited to certain aspects. And it is irreplaceable. We cannot replace it. Once it's disappeared and it's not practiced anymore, we will lose, yeah, the memory. We cannot replace these precious resources inherited from ancestors and also maintained in the present to pass on to descendants. So its care reveals the degree of civilization and morality of a country or society, and its preservation contributes to its advancements, as highlighted by tonight or 2015. So why do we need these cultural artifacts? Why it is important? So we have a lot of potential contributions of the cultural heritage to community development. Basically, cultural heritage is recorded resulting from man's scientific discoveries, creativity, expressions, performing arts, traditions, customs, and rituals and belief system, yeah, such as photograph, sculptures, drawing, paintings, all those. It contribute to cultural heritage. Okay, so we can see the significance of cultural heritage in terms of history, yeah, the historical aspects, aesthetics, which also referred to artistic, visual, and sensory qualities, sites or practices that contribute to their cultural significance and appreciation. In terms of social, symbolic, authenticity value, and also political. So these are the significance of cultural heritage. Okay, why do we need to preserve heritage? Basically, of course, we need to retain the culture, the pride and traditions of one community or more community. We're talking about in the context of Malaysia. Then we want to have the long-term sustainability. As we know, basically this culture heritage will empower specific community. They know their identity. Okay, they develop based on the root and also family generations. So they want to preserve the memories that contribute to what they have now. Okay. Contributions to the community development. Okay, of course, we want to have the continuations, yeah, from the practice, good practice, so that the future generations can learn from the elders. Promoting international peace and security. As we know, we basically in Malaysia, we are diverse. We have the colors from different kind of races. So with this tolerance, yeah, we tolerate with each other. We respect other people, culture and customs, or their belief. So it can promote the international peace and security. Okay, now we shift to documentations, yeah, of cultural heritage. So in practice, heritage is preserved for the future in a variety of ways. Documentations is a part of the method, yeah, the tools. Documentations is a conservation tool, and without proper documentation, centuries of unrecorded history will go unknown. We don't know about what happened in the past. Yeah? Documentation is the thread that runs through the entire process of cultural heritage conservation, as highlighted by LeBlanc and also EPIC in 2005. So in any heritage management process, documentation is the first and primary activity. Proper documentation of cultural heritage assets of the country is playing a significant role in preservation and conservation activities and its long-term sustainability. If we document all the memories, the cultural heritage, yeah, even if the cultural heritage is lost, information pertaining to it, if preserved, can help, can contribute, yeah, for to be transmitted for future generations. Okay, and for systematic and scientific identifications and documentations using the latest techniques of international standards, basically required for cultural heritage so that it can be conserved for future generations. So the method of preservation, the method of conservation also need to be adapted, yeah, to what are the effort that we do right now. So these are the key aspects in cultural heritage documentation, digital technologies and documentations. We apply or we use digital technologies in documenting cultural heritage. Like we have AI now. We capture the voices, the pictures, the videos, and we transform it into accessible content. Ongoing technological development, expanding the documentation capabilities. Documentation aids conservationists, archaeologists, historians, and researchers. They will work together and come up with the interactive content that help people to understand the context of the cultural heritage preservations. Then the other aspect in cultural heritage documentations would be documentations for conservation and management. It basically support GLAM, the gallery, libraries, archives, and museums, and will contribute to decision making and policy formulation. Okay. At the end, it will prevent the heritage from being forgotten, destroyed, or disappear. And with this kind of enough or sufficient information, basically it will help to educate the tourists or travelers, yeah, before visiting the heritage sites. The other aspect of cultural heritage documentation is need for comprehensive system. Okay, comprehensive system needed for efficiently document and manage knowledge. And without such a system, project community or project continuity and sustainability will become more challenging. Okay, it will be difficult. And other than that, we can create a register or database for cultural resources. Okay, you can visit few websites available. Yeah, that the institutions right now started to implement and develop the local content database, yeah, or the experts informations, all those important information they upload through their database to make sure that future generations can access and can learn from what they have contributed. So we can see here creating a register database, okay, create database for documenting cultural resources, which is essential. Database should be accessible to the stakeholders, including the publics, and we have to prevent duplication efforts. Yeah? It's possible through public domain accessibility. That means we have to integrate the content within, for example, like gallery, public library. Okay, that should have a very comprehensive and interlinked or information, interlinked information available so that people can access the content. Other than that, it is important to have a local community support. we need to engage with the local community so that they can support the informations, you can supply all the information and help us to fulfill the gaps available so that the cultural institutions, for example, like libraries, they can speed up the process, okay? They can enrich the collections related to community. And we have to know the mechanism for communications from the local community and cultural heritage. How we can attract the local community, for example, like Aborigines people, so that they can give some input or the informations related to their culture and heritage. So let's have a simple activities. Okay, you can try to click on this link and let's see who get the best score. Okay, so that's all for now. Hope to see you again. Thank you, everyone. Happy learning and enjoy reading. Yeah, you are the community that very important. Yeah, you are the important community that helps or contributes to preserve the memory of Malaysian community. Okay, all the best to all of you. Thank you, everyone.